Hello and welcome to this Hot Indonesia Lifestyle Special. I'm Dalton Tanonaka in Jakarta. In this program, we will revisit the food and music that make Indonesia a tasty and colorful place to live. With co-hosts Yeni Wahid and Santiago Uno, we begin with a foodie alert of the global recognition of Indonesian cuisine. The 14th year of Asia's 50 Best Restaurants is out, voting done by 350 food experts, including chefs and critics. Hong Kong took the top two spots with Chairman at number 1. 17 cities are included with 3 for the first time, including Ubud's Locavor NXT at number 44, 2 places higher than Jakarta's August restaurant. Both Indonesian restos moving up from the year before. Now, an Indonesian also was honored as Asia's best pastry chef, Andika Dwitama. We want to say congratulations to him. He also works at August. Nice awards. Any significant or just a list for the affluent and who can afford it?
Well, it's still significant, regardless whether only the affluent can afford that. But it's still significant to be put in that list. But I'm waiting for Sandy's restaurant actually to be included in that list.
Fine dining, but affordable.
Affordable.
That's
Affordable
about
is very key.
I haven't been to either. Have you? Have you
No,
been
I've
to
never
either of
been
those?
I've been to August, and Locavor is going to be having a joint venture with the restaurant chain that we're investing in.
So we'll.
And
But
I
his fingertips
didn't
on
know
everything.
that. I didn't bring it up because he was involved in it.
But the most important thing is long 400, 500, 600 years ago, people would travel across the seas from Europe to Indonesia to find for spices.
Yeah.
And Indonesia is known to create the best spices in the world. So this is a good chance, but we should do much better. And I think the theme of Indonesia Spice Up the World, it started with 2 restaurants, then probably 4, and then hopefully we're gonna populate, and it became Indonesia is a gastronomy epicentrum of Southeast Asia.
Yeah, 2 out of 50 is not much, actually.
No.
Yeah,
But I think people say that there is a problem with standards, Sandy.
Yes.
So I think, unlike, for example, Thai cuisines or Japanese cuisines, our standards is very varied. The good, the best are the best, but like in general, not in general, but there are room for improvement for the like layman's warungs, for example.
That's what we're trying to do. When I was at the ministry, we say, you try to have sushi in New York and sushi in Laos, it's the same sushi. But if it's a gado-gado, it may be more spicy if you're in, let's say, Hong Kong compared to you're in London. So you need to standardize this. You need to certify
Who
this.
has to do that?
Well, basically, the government needs to take the lead, but private sectors needs to basically move it forward.
But restaurants like these, and congratulations to them again, their price points are very high. They're catering toward visitors mainly.
Right.
Will locals ever go to those, and what is the attraction?
Locals do go, but these restaurants are very hard to get reservations. They are very, very popular. In some, not mentioned in these 2 restaurants that get recognitions, you could wait until 3 to 4 months for a good restaurant here to find a seat. Some in Bali, maybe more advanced, some here. But we should really now say that we are now moving up the ladder. Our chefs, our cook, our waitresses, now, I would say people in Dubai would really now wanting to have Indonesian talent because we have the F&B expertise, we have certified them, and now our micro and small medium enterprises have gone to such high level to provide good culinary experience.
Well, what would help is if a restaurant like August would open abroad.
Yeah.
In your own country is one thing, but then people experience the nicer side of our cuisine instead of their image of just a warung or a padang type situation, right?
There are many. There are more Indonesian
More.
restaurants abroad now. Even one in Paris, which is quite nice.
Yeah.
They're higher end more than just
Higher ends, yes, yes. But no, actually, in countries like Saudi, for example, there are many sort of more modest
For the workers, a lot of for the workers,
for
the
Indonesians, we
overseas
have to do-
domestics.
Yeah, yeah. So, but I think they could get help from the government more. I think if they could get help, then
How? What
again,
would they do, though? They'd give
Well, in the past,
money or
no, in the past, the government would provide help in marketing, help in ingredients, help in training in terms of
building,
capacity building. And some of the banks are actually now directing, because we only have like 2,000 to 3,000 Indonesian restaurants abroad. We need to have maybe 50 to 60,000. We are not even close to our neighbor Thailand and Malaysia in terms of the numbers of Indonesian restaurants. So we are promoting more Indonesian restaurants abroad. And some, for instance, in New York, there's Wayan. Now they have the second one called Made. And there's another one called Nyoman coming up. So
all Balinese name.
all Balinese name, because Bali is
More
the
known.
most recognizable names overseas for Indonesia.
there should be a global campaign. Yeah, like you said, spice up the world. That's
Yeah,
good
it's a
idea.
soft power,
Yeah.
local flavors, global opportunities.
And we can help publicize it on the Indonesia channel. That is the role of a global platform.
There is one in Tokyo owned by Japanese, not even owned by Indonesian.
Yeah.
Which for me, I think it's a vote of trust.
Yeah, a compliment to our cuisine. If you live overseas, what's your favorite Indonesian dish? Mine, rendang. This Hot Indonesia Lifestyle Special will continue shortly. Sweet Shipment, the latest trade deal with China, involves this memorable fruit.
Quintanala sendiri merupakan sebuah brand fashion aksesoris yang kita menggunakan limbah kayu pabrik furniture sebagai bahan dasar dari pembuatan produk-produk kami. Banyak sekali hal-hal yang memang kita masih belajar, disitulah dirapihin sama Bu Reni. Bikin laporan keuangan, ada akhirnya momen untuk kita bisa presentasi langsung sama Pak Sandi Uno. Secara omset kita bisa naik lebih dari 80%.
Everything is here, everything is yours, everything is Gapura Prima. Everything is here, everything is yours, everything is Gapura Prima. Everything is here, everything is yours.
The streets of the city are filled with people, cars, motorbikes, and unexpected obstacles to getting where you're going. But Drive Time gets you there in a unique live hour on the road. Watch as we navigate through the crowded capital to deliver people, packages, and even pasta to their destinations. Live and interactive on TIC and all social media platforms. Drive Time on the new Indonesia channel.
I love Indonesia. I love the food.
Welcome to Foodiepedia.
Yummy. You want to hunt for ingredients. Now I'm ready to cook. Let's go to the kitchen. It's done. Let's meet to eat.
Foodiepedia on the Indonesia channel.
You are watching a Hot Indonesia Lifestyle Special. Now, some food items are not enjoyed or appreciated by all. One special Indonesian product, and I mean special, is a hot commodity. With guest host Anggun Melati, we go over the sweet shipment being exported to China. It looks dangerous, smells funky, and soon China will take delivery of its latest direct shipment of durian from Indonesia. 459 tons exactly, worth nearly $2.5 million. This ongoing business started only in December after 2 years of negotiations. Previously, shipments had to go through a third country, and there's big profits for everyone because durian prices in China are 5 to 7 times higher than in Indonesia. They can charge, I'm not a fan of the fruit, as we'll see shortly, but Yenny, the Chinese, they can't get enough of it, and others.
Do you know the story, the story about how it came about, this whole thing, right? I was told by this very high-level government official that it started with a dinner function between President Jokowi and President Xi Jinping of China.
They served durian.
In which I'm not sure whether they served durian or not, but they were talking about durian. So one of the ministers told President Jokowi to push on this idea. And apparently, Madam Xi Jinping loved durian. So then things just get, speeded up, and here we are now.
Okay, and
it involves very high level diplomatic
and it's the beginning of
relations. Yeah,
potential big business.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, for those watching overseas and in this country who have not yet to try durian, which include a lot of people actually, Anggun, can you describe what the taste and the texture is like, and why people who love it will pay any price? I mean, we're looking at the fruit. It's spiny and you can't really pick it up.
You should say the price.
You could kill people with this, and this is the actual fruit. The price for one fruit is about 400,000 to 500,000. I mean, average ones.
This one, but the one,
$30 to $40,
the big one, the big and most very the delicious ones and all that. It could fetch up to $200.
Okay,
$200.
Sure, yeah, the premium, like strawberries in Japan and all that.
Absolutely.
But anyway, get back. Describe what this thing. I smell it. I can smell it right now. We smell it in our office all day. Oh. What is the taste and the texture?
Well,
you're not a fan, right?
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan because, I personally don't prefer durian, and I don't like durian because my mom told me that when she was pregnant with me, she ate a lot of durian. So I kind of like born with it. So, I mean, not for me.
You don't like it?
I don't like it.
She can smell it in the womb.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
I know, right?
Osmosis.
Too much, Mom?
Yeah.
That was why I was surprised that the Chinese really love durian. But I also heard that it's also since a long time ago, since I think 75, some delegations from Southeast Asia actually given durian as well to China.
Okay, but when you did taste it, what did it taste like? And Yen can
I don't know,
confirm.
sweet. Maybe
it's
sweet. Describe it.
Very sweet, pungent smell, of course. But for those who love it, they love it. I love it.
Okay.
It's very creamy texture, creamy, sweet, and it just melts in your mouth. And it's best eaten with your hands.
Cold, or can it be room temperature?
Room temperature is the best, but people made all kinds of products from durian: ice creams, cakes, cookies, pies, all kinds of things.
The smell is what I think. Now, the latest shipment that went to China came from Central Sulawesi. The Chinese durian market is worth $8 billion. So we got a lot of business to compete for because our competitors major competitor is Malaysia, which claims to have the best durian, as well as
and Thailand as well.
Yeah. Okay. So let's try it. Good. Can you? When was the last time you had a?
I'm all for it.
You never had it?
I think you should try it out.
Okay. No, I will. Okay. And
I can take the whole durian.
You can have it.
But
Go ahead.
it is some people they try to limit it.
Hey, good. Anggun, maybe it's changed.
Not for me.
Maybe it
It's
evolved.
high calorie as well, unfortunately.
High calorie.
Well, not really. I mean, it's still fiber. It's fruit.
Is this your first time?
I'm a durian virgin.
Yummy.
Actually, I tried it a little when I first got here, and I haven't had
Love
it
it.
since. Are you serious?
And then what they do, people, to get rid of the smell, the pungent smell, what they do, they take the skin and then put the water in the skin, put some water in the skin, and then drink from it. People say that it gets rid of the smell and the nausea that you might feel after.
It tastes like meatloaf.
What?
Do you like it?
Oh,
No,
oh my
no.
God.
It has a
What are you
really.
talking about?
It doesn't taste like a fruit.
Do you know why? Because this is frozen. That's the problem. This is not fresh. Okay, I blame your crew.
Well, but
They
that's.
serve
Maybe
you
this one,
not
this one
fresh
open.
durian.
But this is what
This is not good if
China
it's-
is getting
if it-
frozen shipments, so that's what they're going to taste. See, it's not fresh. They're sending
Yeah, but it
frozen.
will take a while to thaw.
To just put it, yeah.
Man, okay,
Yeah.
so for the record, Ango did not taste it. Okay, and you're smart because.
It's an acquired
Oh
taste.
man, yeah, you have to love it or hate it, kind of like Donald Trump. Just slip that in there. But good news, I did survive my in-studio tasting session. More of this Hot Indonesia Lifestyle Special is ahead.
Indonesia. Body bombastic, bust the speed.
Why pop fans around the world are saying no na yes.
Aku ngelihat bahwa masih banyak hewan peliharaan yang itu tuh masih menggunakan produk-produk manusia, dan aku menginisiasi Anima supaya bisa menghasilkan obat-obatan untuk hewan. Ikut program Cuisine Indonesian itu di pertengahan tahun gitu. Waktu aku konsultasikan, mereka sangat mendukung gitu kan untuk bisa mengekspansi pasar ini ke luar Jabodetabek atau luar Jawa lah gitu kan.
A strong Indonesia is built when opportunity reaches everyone. But today, too many are left out of the digital economy. That's why we are building ION, Indonesia Open Network, a nation-building movement for an inclusive digital economy. ION opens access to markets so MSMEs can grow, communities can trade, and new digital services can emerge. And with every new connection, ION creates real jobs for youth across commerce, logistics, technology, and beyond. ION is how Indonesia grows together. Join the movement.
Setiap organisasi memiliki potensi yang besar yang menunggu untuk dibangkitkan. Pradaim didirikan oleh para ahli bersertifikasi. Kami hadir untuk mengembangkan mindset dan keterampilan manusia dengan kurikulum custom, interactive learning, dan metode coaching yang relevan dengan kebutuhan perusahaan. Hasilnya adalah perubahan nyata dalam performa, komunikasi, dan budaya kerja.
Paradigm. We don't teach, we educate.
I'm Caitlin Turner, and welcome to Yoga Bliss. Exhale, reaching down to triangle pose. Roll your knee out and up to the sky, breathing here. And inhale it all the way up and open. Stand on your mat, bend your left knee, and inhale your right arm up to the sky. Inhale, chest up, long spine. And exhale to fold. Reach your right hand back behind your head. Bringing your hands to prayer at your chest. Take a breath here, and we'll finish here for today. Thanks for tuning in to Yoga Bliss. See you next week.
Yoga Bliss, only on the Indonesia Channel.
watching a Hot Indonesia Lifestyle Special from Jakarta. The Spice Girls, Pussycat Dolls, Blackpink, girl bands that went global. Everyone loved them around the world. Now Indonesia has a pop sensation that has everyone saying Nona yes.
Hey, mari bergoyang. Island girl from Indonesia.
Nona means young lady, and these artists are making musical waves with their hot voices and moves. Together for a year now, they debuted on the 88 Rising label, which supports Asian talent. Esther Geraldine, Baila Faudi, Christy Gardina, and Shazfa Adesia are part of the Southeast Asian surge of pop talent. Also popular from this region are the Philippines' Beanie and Malaysia's Dola and others. Glenda, you know, you're a pop singer, and you've actually performed in Korea. How special is Nona?
I think they're very talented girls.
Fairly or very, you said?
Fairly and very
Okay.
talented girls representing Southeast Asian culture in the global stage, and they're really good. I mean, you've seen them, right?
Yeah,
they're
on
like
video,
dancing, and they're like actually singing. And have you seen their outfits? They're so like into the trend, which I'm really digging.
Yeah, you mean, did they mix cultural?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
So when you heard, I think the viral song is called Work, where she did this with there's this called Balinese gamelan called Cheng Cheng. And then she goes like bending backwards, which went viral, and everybody like trying to do the challenge. So I think it's a really good thing because, you know, the global girl or boy group wave has been mainly from South Korea,
of course,
and East Asia. So I think it's time for people to actually see that, oh, we Southeast Asians, we can also do that as well with the flavor.
They're not the first. And anything special about Nona than previous girl groups have come out of Indonesia?
Girl groups or like individual artists?
No, girl groups and boy groups, we're talking about that.
I think they're the ones who actually like went viral on the global stage. So I would say like they opened kind of like the way.
Okay, now the latest girl and boy bands, you know, always grab the spotlight because they're flashy and they're in the kind of the model of K-pop. For a time, Sadi, who were your favorites? You know, I'm not saying growing up like we're old or anything, but and who would you go to see, like say, in a reunion concert? What boy band or girl band did you like?
In Indonesia?
No, anyone. Global.
Oh, anyone global. I'll go Indonesia first.
Okay, please.
I would go for AB3 or B3.
And that was during the 90s?
The 90s.
Okay.
If it's a reunion.
That was a girl group?
That was a girl group.
Okay.
Three.
They're hot?
They're great. They're vocalists.
Similar to Nona now, right?
Looking,
At the time.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Obviously, for their era, they could be a bit controversial because they were also they're not like Nona, but they were not your
conservative
Indonesian.
So they were sexy
and
and
they're beautiful.
At the time, they were considered sexy?
Yeah. For that era, that would be maybe sexy, even though it's very...
Actually, back then, they were sexier than now. I contend. Look at the movies and dramas today. No. I know what is sexy.
No, the music. Okay. I think Nona, yes, really, like you said, it's on the K-pop. And I love them. You know, I think they're great.
Because they are combining cultural things, that's why everybody's raving about them, or
and
they're just good performers.
Yeah, and vocally they can as well, and they can compete in the global, you know, they're bringing their music, their talent into the global
Okay, so
stage,
my question, how long can they last? I mean, everybody has a shelf life.
Yeah. That's another thing. But if you see the label 88 Rising, they have been constantly feeding the world with Asian talents. But now they're providing the world with, we have a girl group. We're bringing to you from Indonesia, which of course the Nona itself means Miss or young lady.
Is this the first girl group 88 Rising has done?
I
or
think
group?
so.
They've done individuals like Rich Brian and
yeah.
So this is like a fresh take, but because they're so used to bringing these talents into the global, stage, they know how to mix in the elements properly and optimally. They mix in some Indonesian elements. They mix in some, the hot, trendy thing with the outfits, with the
They can dance as well,
and
probably.
also the R&B. They can also sing.
Vocally, so you give them a thumbs up on the vote, because I know you're a stickler for that.
I think they've been thinking this through properly, and I'm sure that they already have plans of what they're going to do with Nona, and I think they also have some, creative corporation into their career as well. So it's a really good blend.
Well, they haven't performed here in Indonesia yet, right? Or have they? I haven't seen any big concert, maybe small
on
things.
On some TV channels I've seen, but they haven't have a big showcase.
The homecoming concert, man, that'd be cool. Because they're based in the U.S., right?
I think,
Half the time,
88 Rising is currently based in LA.
No, I mean the group, Nona. The girls are living...
They're with the label, I think.
Okay, in California.
But a question to you, Dalton. I mean, you've been in Indonesia quite a long time.
Yeah, a long time.
Right, and so you've seen the evolution
Yes.
of this, girl group. What do you think of Nona, and what do you think of the way Indonesia has...
They're in the mold of the first the J-pops and then the K-pops and then the other Southeast Asian groups that I mentioned. But, if you
With
ask me...
iPop now.
Well, we
Could be
have
the
iPop,
iPop.
and speaking of iPop...
iPod.
Hey, okay.
Don't forget to watch me on iPod.
Yeah, you didn't ask me, but if you ask me, my favorite, I like growing up the Pussycat Dolls, of course.
Oh, yes.
And they're
They
making,
have similar vibes,
they're
right?
coming back. Yeah,
Yes.
they're coming back. They're doing a reunion tour right now.
I saw a
Of
little
course,
there. No,
Nicole
kidding.
Scherzinger
Scherzinger,
has progressed to Broadway, and she won a Tony and all that. So there's talent there. And the first boy band that I liked, if you can
Backstreet
call
Boys?
them that, the Beatles. They're a boy band.
They're
if you
boys
could.
in a band.
But they could play. Yes, they could. And those in the studio with me that day were guest co-hosts Ardina Glenda and Sadi Latif. We appreciate the feedback we get from viewers around the world. Nona Zita posted this on Instagram. I wish the government could implement a proper visa application process to reduce over-tourism, especially in Bali. And Derek in the US had this opinion on the Australian men appealing their 18-year sentences for murder in Bali. Life in prison seems appropriate, especially if they murdered an innocent man. Here's how to contact us with your feedback. Comment through our Hot Indonesia or Indonesia Channel X, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube pages. Now, with final words, Yeni.
There is this wonderful Japanese philosophy, Orep iku orop, life is a flame. So the purpose of life is not just to simply to exist, but to actually to bring warmth, to bring light, to bring joy to others. So in a world that is divided by conflict, by fear, we all have choices in life, whether we are going to be part of the darkness or we can try to illuminate others with our light. Hope you chose the second one.
Final words, Sandy.
For the last few months, I've been traveling to the US and to China. And we've seen the best of both worlds in technology, in business, AI, and recently a big company called SpaceX went public at the humongous valuations of close to $2 trillion US, 2 times the size of Indonesian economy. I think Indonesia will be strategic in terms of how we could combine the best knowledge and the best of talents because of what our president is always repeating, that 1,000 friends is not enough, one enemy is too many.
And my final words, my latest birthday just passed, not a big deal, but combined with my 20th year in Indonesia made me want to celebrate, and I did, with dear friends and good food, but no durian. And that's our show for this week. I'm Dalton Tanonaka in Jakarta. Thank you very much for watching, and please join us again next time.